jump into it. So, I mean, you made your UFC BJJ debut back in December. You got the sub in
Mhm.
less than a minute. So, with that under your belt now, how are you feeling going into Thursday?
I feel insanely confident. I was just talking about this beforehand. I feel like in the first UC BJJ, I was a little bit nervous because I've never been here before. It was my first time. And now that I'm familiar with the surroundings and I have a clearer plan than last time because I'm less nervous, I feel like it's going to go even more according to plan than
hmm
last time. And last time went great, so this time should go even better.
I would say last time went really, really great. This time going in with your opponent and Harrison is a little bit of a step up, former 135 title contender. So I'm curious what the game plan is going in against him and where you think you might have a little bit of an edge.
Honestly, I only really have one match to study, which is his match against
hmm
Mikey because that's his only Nogi match.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to take a different approach than Mikey did. I really want to stay on the feet. I want to stay standing. I want to wrestle into my game. So my game is obviously leg locks, but I don't want to follow him around the mat
hmm
and have it take more time than it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I feel like if I can stand and then enter off standing, I feel like it would make my life a lot easier.
So are you still kind of hoping for a quick finish this time around?
Yes. Always looking for the finish in the first round.
With UFC BJJ, it's a stage where people are expecting fast subs, really exciting matches. After that
Exactly.
first win and the absolute terror you went on in 2025, do you feel like your style and this platform are kind of a match made in heaven?
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking about that too. I really feel like it works out for me because I've always
Mhm.
been that way. Like will either submit the guy or I'll lose on points. Like it's always been that way throughout my entire jiu-jitsu career, like
Yeah.
from the beginning. So now that there's a rule set and there's an organization that literally benefits hunting for the sub at all times, it almost feels like you said, a match made in heaven. Like it's perfect for me. So I get extra excited when I get to come here.
Yeah, I feel like it really shows when we got to see you compete the first time around. And in your last match, you did say at the end that your goal for this year was to be UFC BJJ's first 145-pound champ. Do you feel like a win against Harrison is something that can really fast track you to reaching that goal?
100%. I feel like if I'm able to do what I've been telling you I'm going to do and submit him really fast in the first round, I feel like who else is going to be in title contention other
Mhm.
than me to go for the 145 title? So the goal is to make myself undeniable, really.
Training wise, you train under Danaher Gordon Ryan, two of the biggest names in the sport. What have they been able
Exactly.
to give you, not just training wise and with your game, but also mentally with this huge breakout year you've been having? How have they helped with that?
It's just, I mean, they're obviously used to, doing big things, Gordon being who he is. It just helps you, it really helps you acclimate to being, to coming up and being one of the best. I feel like that's something people don't talk about is whenever you do become good, how do you handle that? What do? You handle fame, you handle new opportunities, sponsorships, stuff like that. So I feel like having someone who's already been through many of those phases, being able to help and coach me through
Mhm.
that really helped out. I'm really blessed to be able to have someone like that to help me. So, when sponsorship opportunities come up, or even like the UFC BJJ opportunity come up, I know I have somebody to go to that has been through that and can help me out. So I'd say because they've been through the same things I've been through before, they can help me out. And it's been one of the biggest steps of my journey.
It's funny, whenever I interview somebody, I do like a deep dive into them. I find every video, article, anything. And when you Google the name Landon Elmore, it's always 19-year-old, 18-year-old Landon Elmore. Like it's always your age is like the main thing in the headline. Do you even think about your age nearly as much as the media does, or is it kind of just, oh, I'm 19?
Not really. Like whenever people say that, I'm like, oh yeah, I am 19. Or
hmm
even when I was 18 and when EBI, people were saying I'm 19.
Yeah,
So it's like, all right, like it doesn't matter. Like
yeah.
I feel like I am who I am, and my age is just a number.
So speaking of EBI, one thing I think MMA fans might recognize your name from is when you subbed Bryce Mitchell. I am curious, is there any MMA fighters that you would love the chance to compete against in the future?
That's a great question. I mean, I haven't even really thought of that. I have my MMA idols. Like I love Ilia Topuria.
hmm
Mainly, he's like my favorite UFC fighter, I'd say. Marab would be cool to roll with. I would love to roll with
Uh,
Marab. Um, that's a great question, though. I'd have to think more about that. But just off the top of my head, I love Ilya. I love Marab. Those two are definitely like my favorites,
no, they're
100%.
great. Ilya's definitely like crushed my dreams a good few too many times at this point. Like I'm a diehard Charles Oliveira fan, so he's kind of not kind
I
of, he
know
absolutely
I sound
crushed
like the
my
opposite of
dreams.
everybody else saying Ilya, but I don't know why. I like he's great.
Well, he's like so easy to follow. The thing is, if he didn't just like absolutely demolish my favorite fighter, I'd be like, oh, Ilia Topuria, the absolute greatest. But then watching him knock out Charles was like severely traumatic. So now I can't even look at the guy. It's it's awful.
You're killing me right now. That's funny.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that feel that way, but I am excited for his return whenever that may be. So who knows, maybe when he's back in Vegas, you guys will get the opportunity.
For real. That'd be awesome.
Coming in, like I always try to show people's personalities a lot, and I think that's a great way to bring people into jujitsu. So I have a few more fun rapid fire questions not to do with jujitsu that I thought that we could go through real quick together.
Great.
You're a huge Pokemon card collector. It was like the first thing I realized about you when I was on your Instagram. Every single photo dump had
Most,
multiple Pokemon card pictures. I
yeah.
have basically no experience. I have UFC 300 Pokemon cards behind me, but that's about it. So
Yeah.
I am curious, what's the best card pull you've like ever had?
I've ever had. And what's funny is it wasn't even mine. It was my brother's. Which is funny. Listen to this. So it's like Christmas time and everyone got Pokemon card packs and I'm the only one that's into it. So it was just like a fun thing for the kids to do. My brother, he's like 13 years old. And we're opening it and I didn't get anything good because you open the packs, you could
Hmm.
get something good or you could not.
Yep.
And then oh, like I didn't get anything. And he like turns his cards to me and he got like one of the most expensive cards. And I was like, bro. And I was like, you gotta get that to me. He's like, no, man, you gotta buy it off me. And I was like, you suck, bro. So I ended up having to pay up, but I still count it as mine because I was in the vicinity and I bought it off him. So we're gonna count that one because besides that, I haven't pulled anything.
I would definitely count that. I mean, I have a brother, so the fact that he asked you to pay for it like doesn't shock me at all. Did he upcharge you a lot for it, or was it pretty fair?
It was pretty fair because I made sure it was fair. I know he was about to upcharge me. I was like, yo, you need to take a step back.
No, the whole set. I gave away my brother's big binder of Pokemon cards that he had because he's not using them anymore. So I gave them to a kid that I nannied. And honestly, this whole thing had me thinking, what if there were some crazy cards in there that I didn't even realize, and I gave them to a 7-year-old?
Literally, that's the sad
Now,
part.
what's something that people would be really surprised to know about you that has nothing to do with jujitsu?
Mm, let me think. I play a lot of anime video games.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very nerdy, but I've always done that, and I think it's cool. If I told people that, they'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" But I don't know. I just think it's fun. I've always liked anime, and I've always liked video games, so I always paired the two, and I think it's really fun. People would see me and be like, "What the hell?" But
I actually
I
feel like that's
know,
kind of common in jujitsu. I feel like a lot of people in the jujitsu world love anime games. I feel like it's kind of a common theme I've been seeing.
really. I
Yeah.
guess I'm just out of it then. Like that's pretty cool.
Oh, what? I saw a little something about you in TV, but what do you think is one TV show everybody should watch?
Definitely Better Call Saul. I'm gonna say that. I watched Breaking Bad, and then I
Mhm.
watched Better Call Saul, and then now I'm watching Breaking Bad again.
Okay,
So,
big fan. I have been
gigantic
having
fan.
pressure on me for years to watch Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and I've yet to do that. I
You
know.
need to.
I know. Everybody tells me like it's a constant, and I'm a serial rewatcher of my favorite shows, and I'm scared I'm
Crazy.
gonna watch it and not like it.
I promise you will. I will say though, the first couple seasons of Better Call Saul and maybe like one season of Breaking Bad, you kind of got to grind to get through. It gets
Okay.
slow. I
Okay.
promise after that, it's like, why? Like every episode, you're like that. So
Okay.
it does take a little bit of like, maybe you can be on your phone while you watch it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. I'm into
So
that. I will start it this week. Besides jujitsu, what sports are you a big fan of? Any particular teams? Like, what are you a diehard fan of?
it's actually really funny. Every time I get asked this, I've never really like been into any other sports other than jiu-jitsu. Like growing up, like I played like soccer and baseball and I hated it. And then I didn't do anything after that until I found jiu-jitsu. So I've never really had like an invested interest in any other sport. So I always feel so awkward when people ask me that because I'm like, I don't really know anything. Like I sound like a
Hmm.
weirdo, but I'm not really into anything other than jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
obviously it's not my entire life. Like I'm not crazy, but I also don't really watch like other sports.
My final one is where did the nickname the Big Slime come from?
Go on. I didn't even ask for that nickname. It was given to me at PGF by the owner, Brandon. I don't
Mhm.
know where he got it from.
Oh,
I think he might have seen a comment on Instagram because I think someone commented on Instagram. They were just saying like the big slime, like the big homie. And I think Brandon saw it. This is my theory. I don't know if it's true, but I think Brandon saw it and then he started calling me that. And then they started announcing me as the big slime and they would call me out for my matches. And then everyone started calling me the big slime. So I didn't even like approve of this name. It just happened. And I was like, you know what? I'll embrace it. I didn't think my nickname would ever be the big slime, but I'll just take it as like I'm everybody's homie.
I will say though, I was expecting you to be like this whole story about it. I did not expect you to say you didn't even come up with it. It was just put on you.
No, it was literally just put on me. But I'll take
Honestly,
it. I'll take it.
that's all I have for you. Figure we make it
Sweet.
pretty quick because I probably have a lot of other stuff going on today. But thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me.
Thank you so much. It's pretty cool being here. Whenever they told me that, I was like, oh yeah, that Bell girl.
I'm
This is pretty
glad.
sick.
I'm glad. I love doing these. It was really nice to sit down with you. It was really fun.
Sweet. Thank you so much, bro.